Right, 15 June 2024, and today I'm here once again to give you an update on our planned protest, which is set for the 17th to the 19th of August. And this is going to be the biggest protest ever that you have ever seen in Zimbabwe. And at the end of that period, you're going to see Mnangagwa stepping down. That is what every young Zimbabwean is looking forward to. And I would like to appreciate all the calls that you've been giving me throughout the day. And as you can see, let me show you what I'm wearing today. Let me show you what I'm wearing today. It's called Logos Hope. That is my t-shirt, which I'm wearing at the top here. Logos Hope. I was there this afternoon. I visited the guys at Logos Hope. It's a boat that comes into different ports, and you can go over there and look at the books and buy and support the mission's work. So please go there. If you're in Cape Town, go to Logos Hope. If you are in Namibia, they're coming over there. They've been in Durban, they've been in Richards Bay. So it's amazing. I was over there today with my whole family, and I support all these missions work. And for the guys who are dressing me, it's tarikdesign.com. So tarikdesigns.com. And so that's tarikdesigns.com. You can go over there. The website is up. Today they started putting some stuff on the website. So go and look at tarikdesigns.com. Amazing stuff that is coming over there. I'm going to be showcasing all my new clothes from Tarik Designs as time goes on. And for our donations, you go to pumojena.com. So pumojena.com, that's our website for the donation. And I would like to say I'm really excited with where we are now. So all the plans are now in place. We are going to go to Botswana. I'm going to give you the exact dates when we are going to go to Botswana. We are not afraid of anything. We are not apprehensive. I saw some guys saying, oh, if you go by road, you're going to meet an accident or whatever. This is a spiritual duty. There were prayers before this started. So I want to take you back to what was said by Bishop Nyamakanga. Before this process was started, there was a prophecy which came through the intercessors that there must be a visit to SADC, and that there must be a demand, that there must be dialogue. After the dialogue, there must be a period of transition, and after the period of transition, there must be fresh elections. So it was a divine assignment. Bishop Nyamakanga then took the intercessors to Matopos, to Nyanga, and to Mazoe, all those places where there are spiritual strongholds, and there were prayers. Right now, as we speak, there is a prayer taking place, what is called a prayer relay, where a person is praying at each moment. And Msorowa ED Mnangagwa uri kutema every time achinzwa minamato hapana zvinoitika, and what God has said will happen is going to happen. And I believe the churches are going to lead us into a period where Zimbabwe is going to become a pride of the whole world. So you can see on my left, I've put for you so that you can remember. I want you guys to know these 5. So we're going to make them smaller tomorrow so that they don't overwhelm the screen. But dialogue, free and fair elections, justice, homecoming, and extreme modernization. That is our country of Zimbabwe. And as you see me here, the political leadership is engaged. So in the opposition, the political leadership is engaged. Nelson Chamisa is engaged. He said in the past that he has given so many letters to SADC, so many letters to Mnangagwa, so many letters to the church leaders, and everyone has tried. But Mnangagwa has been refusing to have dialogue. Zimbabweans want dialogue. Zimbabweans want things to change in our country. Our country is behind. Zimbabwe is behind. It's a banana republic. If you watch ZBC, so if you're watching ZBC right now, like 20 minutes ago, you could have seen what I'm talking about. Praise singers surrounding Mnangagwa. No one with a clue. Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is a disaster. So everywhere where you're looking, things are not working. And this is going to change. Everything is about to change in front of our eyes. And I want all of us to be focused on one thing, SADC. That is where we need to focus. Do not listen to anything else. Do not pay attention to anything else. Only pay attention to SADC. And you're going to see me at SADC. I'm not like other people that tell you that, oh, we're going to do this, oh, we're going to do that, and then they don't show up. You are going to see me at SADC. You're going to see me in Zimbabwe during the protest. I'm going to stay at least 2 weeks after the protest. I'm not running from anything. And inina nduraona Mnangagwa, ndakakudza kudhara, handuraone munhu kumasvingo. No one has got the right to kill anyone in Zimbabwe. And when I go to SADC, I'm going to take the file of Pastor Tafumani Masaya. I'm going to make sure that SADC is aware that Pastor Tafumani Masaya was killed, murdered, and abducted by the employees of Scott Takupanya, and the police are refusing to investigate. And Amatanga, we've written them. Right now, I'm in court with these guys. I've sent them a freedom of information letter. These are some of the things we're taking to SADC. But there is a big assignment, and I want all young people to understand that this is the beginning. This is the beginning of something big, and we want everyone to participate, we want everyone to be part of it. So before I enjoy myself too much with my own voice, hearing my own voice, if there's anyone who wants to join, I'm gonna give you a chance. But guys, don't feel pressure to join here. You talk to me all day. My job is to give you an update. My job is to give you direction. My job is for you to understand that there is nothing to fear. There is nothing to fear. Zimbabweans do not fear. Young Zimbabweans do not fear. ZANU-PF is not scary. ZANU-PF is not a monster. Mnangagwa atyisi. Mnangagwa arikuuraya vanhu nenzara. He knows it. He knows that slogan. We've made a song. Mnangagwa arikuuraya vanhu nenzara, and we're going to make sure that it's all over the country. Also, when you're on TikTok, please download the videos that we put up there and send them to the villages. Everyone in the villages is watching us on Twitter, but some people don't necessarily have data. So what they're doing is they're watching in groups. There is a massive number of people watching Gambakwe in the rural areas. And what we want to create, I want to paint this picture for you. We want you to forget that there was ever a party called ZANU-PF that was in charge in Zimbabwe. We want you to forget that there was a man ever called Emerson Mnangagwa who was ruling Zimbabwe. That name, we're going to forget it. Auxilia Mnangagwa should be in the village in Bikita, in the fields. And we don't want these people in office anymore. We don't want Mnangagwa. We don't want any of the people around them. We want change. We want a big change in our country. We want modernization. You can see that one of the words that we've put there is modernization. We want our people to come back home. We want justice for Pastor Masaya and Aita Zamara. We want free and fair elections, and we want dialogue. People must talk among each other, and these things will be possible. But they'll only be possible if you push. Freedom does not come on a platter, so you'll never be given freedom on a plate. No one is going to leave power easily and freely. That has never happened. It only happens in democracies where people have got something else to do. And Mnangagwa, they don't have money. Mnangagwa's children work for the government. The reason why they work for the government is that they cannot be employed anywhere else. They've got no qualifications. The only qualification they have is to work for the government. This is how it is in the whole government of Zimbabwe. If you look at every person who's been placed in government, they bring a bunch of people. We're going to change all this. We want to create a system, strong system. So you see with Pascreen Panga, we forgot strong systems, right? Tomorrow you're going to see strong systems over there. We want our country to be a country of systems where people believe that if they are inside a court or a court process, things will work. So I want to show you something before I forget. So Chief Justice Malava, right, today he was at the funeral, right? I want to show you Chief Justice Malava, and what I'm talking about here is very important. I hope I see that picture of Chief Justice Malava. If I don't see it, I'll tell you the story tomorrow. I don't want to tell you that story without the picture of Chief Justice Malava. Chief Justice Malava was attending the funeral of Chief Malava. And yes, Chief Justice Malava. Right, so the biggest problem we have in Zimbabwe is the justice system has been corrupted. People use the court like a place where they can do their own jokes, and that is the lawyers, the government, and everyone. A few weeks ago, I went to the registrar, the High Court in Zimbabwe. I was looking for a certain file in my name. So I went there and we couldn't find the file. Someone had taken the file and disappeared with it. Then, after a few days, we get a court summons with the same documents that are not there in court. So Chief Justice Malava, tell all the judges, if they see a name written, pardon, Gambabwe, and it's coming from the courts, they must take that thing and throw it away. It's fake. So there's no court case against me that can ever come to court. And Amnangaba, they should not be allowed to abuse the court process against me or against Chamisa or against anybody. Our courts must be clean. And Isusu, if you come after us, we are going to bring everything in public and won't stop. Vunzayana's court, Vunzayana Mnangagwa, we don't stop, and eventually everything is going to come out in the open. We are not the people that you are scared, that you know from the past. Do the right thing. Guys at the courts, we want justice. Ana Matanga, investigate these cases. You end up in very high courts outside the country. We want our country to function. And the reason why our country is not functioning is the people that are entrusted to make sure the country functions don't make it function. So they do their own thing. You are taking orders from a thief, Matanga. Does that make sense for a chief justice to take an order from a thief and a murderer? So that makes no sense. And those are the kind of things that we're talking about. We want our country to work, and it will never work if young guys allow these kind of things to happen that are happening in Zimbabwe. The police take orders from thieves, judges just write fake files on somebody, and it's accepted, and a messenger of court just walks around with a fake file, and it goes away like that. That will not be allowed, and we're going to make sure that it's not allowed. And even if it means we're going to stand on top of a mountain and say it, we're going to say it. So Chief Justice Malaba, I know you watch here. There's no one in Zimbabwe who doesn't watch here. Everyone watches here. Even the commander of the defense forces watch here. CTF, I know watch Valerio Spanda watches here. General Chiwenga watches here. What I'm trying to say, the point I'm trying to make is, we want to make sure that our country functions. And these guys who are in office right now, they've made it so impossible for us to achieve. They've made us a laughing stock of the whole region. If someone sees someone in Zimbabwe, in Botswana, or in South Africa, they are seeing someone that cannot be respected, someone who is not worthy of anything. If you go to the United Kingdom, similar story. I went to Austria, and the first person I met, the only black person I met, was a Zimbabwean guy handing out flyers all the way in Austria. Because in our own country, we can't do anything. And I see young people losing focus. Don't think anyone else is going to do it. We must do it ourselves. So I need us all to be focused. Support Bishop Nyamakanga, support what we're doing here. I'm going to support Bishop Nyamakanga. I'm going to go there to film him and to make sure that Bishop Nyamankanga's voice is heard. We're going to stay at SADC for at least 3 or 4 or 5 days. We're going to make sure that we get all the answers we need. We're going to go to the embassy in Botswana. So the Zimbabwe embassy in Botswana, I'm coming over there. And we're going to make sure that all the Zimbabweans in Botswana are ready for the day when we're going to make a call. Now we need to go to SADC if SADC doesn't do what we want them to do. What we want SADC to do is simple. So let's put back our banner so that we don't forget what we're doing here. So there's our principles, right? 5 principles. I'm going to add strong systems there tomorrow. What we're trying to do here and what we're going to do is we want to make sure that SADC understands that the election in Zimbabwe was rigged. They already have a report that they say the election was rigged. We don't want them to forget about that report. The presidents are coming to Zimbabwe to discuss that report. During that period when the presidents are discussing that report, we want to make sure that a protest is allowed in Zimbabwe and no one is killed. So this thing, if people are demonstrating they're killed, we don't want to hear about it. A letter has already been dispatched to the police, to the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, the Ministry of Defense. Those letters were sent on Friday by Bishop Nyamakanga. We want those letters to get attention and want permission to be given for those protests. If that permission is not given, we're going to court. We're taking that process to court already, and we started early. You can see that we're very, very early. We're taking this process to court. And the lawyers in Zimbabwe, don't be afraid. Make sure that you are strong, support an Bishop Nyamakanga. Don't lie back and forget Kuti, you are also going to benefit. The other thing that we don't want is for Mnangagwa to be made a chairperson of SADC. We also want SADC to order a free election, a free, fresh election. So that is what we want, which is supervised by SADC or another international body. So those are the things that we want, and that is what is going to make Zimbabwe function. And I think it's very, very clear. I've explained what is on the left here. Every day I'm going to put it up there. We want dialogue. We want free and fair elections. We want justice for people like Pastor Masaya, which I'm going to take, the file I'm going to take it to SADC. We want homecoming for Zimbabweans, people all over the world. We want them to come home. It must be part of the dialogue. There must be a negotiation, a fund. Billions of money must be poured into this thing for Zimbabweans to come home and make sure that when they come home, they've got land, they've got a job, and they've got a functional economy. We don't want the ZIG. That thing must go because that thing is fake and is being used to rob Zimbabweans. Then we want rapid modernization. When I talk of rapid modernization, did you guys see the place I went today? There are ports there, there are boats, people are moving around freely, the payment systems are working. How difficult is it for all those people in the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe to think the thing that I can explain here in 2 seconds? How difficult is it for the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe to put in place systems, put in place proper roads, make things work? That is what we want. And I don't even want to continue here because, guys, you understand this very, very well. No one here misunderstands what I'm talking about. We're clear. And Mnangagwa must step down. In August, Mnangagwa is going to step down. I've talked to the guys who are in our groups, including the churches. It's not negotiable, but Mnangagwa must step down in August. When the leaders of Southern African countries come and they go, Mnangagwa must have stepped down by that time. He cannot be in office with a report that says 17 out of 20 criteria were not met of that election. So Zimbabweans do not allow it and support what we're doing with the churches. Every single church is involved. That's why you see Mnangagwa is no longer going to any church. There is not a single church in Zimbabwe that supports the leadership of Mnangagwa. So let's make sure that this is done. Let's make sure that we make sure that this works. I now want to go to the comments, and then we put this away. Then comment Tembiko says, Sakachinyara, we all try anything, even if it fails, we'll try again. Yes, Mkoma Tembikos. And I want to let you know about this. What is a spiritual assignment? So don't forget what I said in the beginning. This is a spiritual assignment. And what you're going to see, you've never seen before. That I can just give it to you. And then Komatra says the problem is some of the SADC people were given brown envelopes. Doesn't matter. We're going to deal with the Vanuku SADC. We're going to approach them with respect, but with the necessary muscle. If you want to see how many people are in Botswana from Zimbabwe and how we're going to apply for action at SADC, you're going to see that the demonstration in SADC at SADC is going to be bigger than the demonstration in Zimbabwe. So the SADC guys must just understand, Kuti, we are not playing. And I can see President is here. President, good evening. How are you doing?
Good evening, Gambakwe. How are you?
Fantastic, fantastic. It's very nice to have you here.
Yes, Gambakwe, a revolutionary greeting to all and a revolutionary greeting to you, Gambakwe.
Good. What you bring us today? What is the message?
The message, Gambakwe, is still the same. As I always say, we are not backing down. Therefore, we are there to have the freedom of the people of Zimbabwe. So we are not backing down. As long as it has something to do with the freedom of Zimbabwe people, we are there. And we will not rest until Zimbabwe is free, until the Zimbabwean people are free. That's where we are going to rest. As long as they are not free, we are not going to rest. Zephyr is for the people, by the people, and we will support anyone with the agenda of a free Zimbabwe, anyone with the agenda of change in Zimbabwe. we will support. So in Botswana, in SADC, Zephyr, we are there. We will be there just to attain and acquire the freedom of the people of Zimbabwe. And we will do what is necessary. I think we have warned everyone. We have warned Mnangagwa, we have warned the SADC people. We even warned Nelson Chamisa 6 months ago. We told them if they don't respond to us, we are going to call for a mass action. I think this is the mass action. I think the Zimbabwean people, they demand the answers. They should answer. We warned them. We wanted to sit down with them. They did not answer our calls. They did not answer our letters. So now it is time for action. And in Botswana, we are coming. And the Zimbabwean, the Botswanan people, they should understand that we only want freedom for Zimbabwe. What we demand is only us Zimbabweans to live in our country in peace, to the right to choose the leader that we want, the right to live in Zimbabwe and work in Zimbabwe. That's all we want. So if they don't tell us what happens in our elections that they were observing, and they are the ones who issued a report saying that 17 out of 20 criteria were not met. So why were they even issuing the report? So therefore, we demand those answers. And we stand with the Zimbabwean people. We stand with everyone who has the agenda of change in Zimbabwe. Everyone who has the agenda of a free Zimbabwe. We stand with him. And we stand with Bishop Nyamakanga in pursuit of freedom. We stand with anyone with the agenda of freedom. Remember, we are not fighting the government. We are not fighting Emerson Mnangagwa, but we are fighting the system. We have a system change agenda. We are not fighting any individual. We don't hate any individual, but what we hate is a system that oppresses the Zimbabwean citizens, the system that does not allow Zimbabwean citizens to choose the leader that they want. We do not agree with the system that make Zimbabwean people run away from their country. That's what we are fighting for. So we don't hate any individual. We don't hate any person. What we hate is the system. We have a system change agenda. As therefore we say, Zimbabwe is for the people. All of us in Zimbabwe is a trust fund for everyone. So if they don't listen to us, we are going to take it. And freedom is not for free. We are going to take it if they don't grant us our freedom back, because we are Zimbabweans and we are 15 million. So if they want to kill us, let them kill all of us 15 million. If they don't want us Zimbabwe, let them chase us, all of us, from Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe is a trust fund that we have been issued, we have been given this trust fund by our forefathers. They trusted us with this trust fund. It belongs to everyone, and everyone in Zimbabwe has the right to stand up, has the right to demand answers, has the right to choose the leader they want. That's the message today, Gamba.
Thank you very much, President General Wende of Zephyr, and I really appreciate you joining here. Today's bands chedu at Fumo Jena, Chiripo Rich Banzi, President.
Yes, fumogena.com. Please donate to fumogena.com. I, as the president, not the Zephyr. Zephyr will also come as an organization to donate. I will donate. When I donate, I will send you my slip, my confirmation. I plea also to the Zimbabwean people. Remember, we are not funded by anyone. We are not getting money from anyone. This is an operation that has been started by the Zimbabwean people, and we do not have money. That's why we are asking for donations. I'm not even part of the of that of those coffers. I will also donate to the cause. This is the struggle, and if we donate to that struggle, we will achieve the results that we want. Let us send Bishop Nyamakanga to Botswana. Let us send the team that is going to be in front to Botswana for the sake of our freedom. As I always say, therefore we do not mind, we do not care who is sitting in the chair, in the throne. What we want is freedom, the right to choose. That's what we are fighting for. We are not fighting for power, we are fighting for freedom. That's what we are fighting. That's what we stand for.
And President, there's something I wanted to mention before I forget. I want everyone to understand that the petition is now got 1,175 signatures. and we already passed the target of 1,000 signatures for us to go to SADC.
Yes.
And what most people don't know is that you are the one who started that petition.
Yes.
And
I
appreciate
started
everything that you've done and the vision that you've shown. And you hold a special place among the Zimbabweans because of that, what you've done.
I thank you, Gambakwe, and I appreciate it. And I'm not, therefore, we are not doing this for recognition, and we are not doing this to gain a political relevance. What we want is freedom. Hence, we are not fighting for power. We are fighting for freedom of Zimbabwe. That's what matters most. The freedom of Zimbabwe to give news at any given time without being pursued. The freedom of everyone, the freedom of information, the freedom of choice, the freedom, be it socially, be it economically, be it politically. Everyone has their right, and that's what we are fighting. So I thank you, and I thank you for your time. Let me not take too much of your time, Gambakwe, and I thank you for the platform, and thank you, Zimbabwean people. Aluta continue. The suffer continues, but we will get the result that we want. We will get the Zimbabwe that we want, a free Zimbabwe for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President General Wende, and we'll talk again very soon.
Thank you, Gambakwe.
Right. So I think it's very important for us to talk to other people. And what I want to do is I want to obviously talk to many people every night. I've got someone else here. Mkoma Roger, your video on. Unfortunately, we can't have people who don't show their face. Please just show me your face, and Mkoma Dubai, just show us your faces so that I can get ready to put you on. So what I want to say is, there's no way back from where we are now. I'm going to be showing you my arrival in Botswana. Everything that I'm going to do is going to be in the open. We're also going to have a video at SADC, because most of you don't know what SADC is. They've never really seen what SADC is. And eventually, we might have to go to other countries. So you saw other people visit Zambia this week. We are going to focus currently on Botswana and also on Angola. We are going to go there, and we're going to make sure that the message is passed, that the Zimbabweans are not happy with Mnangagwa, and they're not happy with his rigging of the election, and that Zimbabweans want Mnangagwa to step down. They want a new system, and they do not want Mnangagwa to continue as chairperson of SADC. That should not happen. We should not have Mnangagwa as the chairperson of SADC. And this is not something temporary. There are going to be actions going on after this. And I hope that you guys are ready for a long and sustained struggle, which can go on forever and ever. So the guys who are here have not turned on their faces, so I can't see their faces. Let's see if Mkoma Roger can get his face here. Mkoma Roger, please just show me your face. Okay, so he's not showing us his face. Unfortunately, we don't want to talk to someone that we can't see, because this is to show my face. And you're going to see me here 2040. Then do not be afraid, guys. And I'm going to be in Zimbabwe during the protest. If you don't see me at the protest, don't go, because I'm lying. If you see me, then you can go. So I'll be there when the protest starts. I'll be there until the protest ends. I'll stay another 14 days. I'm not going to be running away or doing a hit and run in Zimbabwe. What is ED doing right? Let's talk about it, because managing to hold on to power. Mnangagwa is not holding on to power. Mnangagwa is going to be gone very, very soon. We don't even want to talk about Mnangagwa right now. People were sleeping. Everyone is awake. We don't want Mnangagwa, and I've said it here on a daily basis, and we're going to continue talking. Let's hear Mkoma Kwanele says, don't scam people in expense of Zimbabwe politics. Kwanele, show your face. Iyo link iyo. Tokupai Mkoma Kwanele, iyo link. Come here and talk. Don't tell us about scamming. We want to see you talking here, telling us Kuti, who was scammed where and how. Mkoma Chaka, how's it this evening?
I'm okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, your sound is perfect today. What's happening?
No, I think yesterday, I think I joined with the link, and I didn't cut off your broadcast, so it was echoing.
Okay, okay.
So
So what is your message for today?
my message for today is quite simple. It's time for change. Um, I listened to Margaret Dong. Uh, yeah, yeah, message is clear. Zimbabwe will not go anywhere with ZANU-PF, and our political system need to change. And the onus is on us, our generation, because if we don't do anything, history will judge us harshly as a generation that never took responsibility. Um, so we are here. I'll be waiting for you to when you come to the United Kingdom, and we plan. I think the capacity is key. We need to develop capacity so that we move from this emotional, uh, being emotionally charged and everything, but we need to be strategically as we think. I think the way we are doing it, it's quite key in the sense that we are looking at all aspects. I listened. I went on the Fumogena, and the vision is very clear, where we talk about the system. People in the diaspora, they are our resource. Mm. I remember when Japan had the Hiroshima bombing and everything. When they sent out their people, they went and learned things and brought back to put Japan where it is. So our message is those wherever they are in the world, they've learned something. Let them come back to Zimbabwe and perfect on those learnings so that Zimbabwe will have a leapfrog above all other nations. So yeah, it can be a blessing in disguise because we are scattered, we will come with different ideas, and if we integrate everything, every experience, we will just produce a first class country. So that's my message today. You come back.
Thank you very much, Mkoma. And I'm happy that Kwanele has joined us. Mkoma Kwanele, how are you doing? You are the only person I'm going to allow to talk without showing your face, because I want you to explain, Kuti, who was scammed. We're not hearing you. We need to hear your voice. You're saying, Kuti, we mustn't scam people. Who are scammed? Okay, guys, you see what I've given Mkoma Kwanele a chance to talk here, but he hasn't talked. So let's proceed with what we're doing until he can explain what he meant. All I can tell you is, young people, do not buy these old ideas. If someone is old as Margaret Bongo, can clearly and openly articulate what is the problem in Zimbabwe, why are you sitting as a young person not participating? Why are you reluctant? This is what I just wanted to know. Snini saying network is terrible. I don't know which network, but because mine looks okay. You can see how cool I look in my t-shirt. And this is my t-shirt from, what is this? Logos Hope. I'm marketing Logos Hope today, guys. So Logos Hope, these guys, they've got a boat and they're in Cape Town for a few days. So go over there. I think I'm confused now. That's Logos Hope, right? If you go to VNA Waterfront, you see them there. They've got a boat there. Let's flag that place. Go and see the books. Spend a few bucks there. I think I spent about 900 bucks there. Help support these guys. They're in a boat. They go all over the place. So it's quite a cramped space. So I think they need your assistance. Then Tariq Designs, who dresses me every morning. You can go to the new website. It's 2Underworks, but we're going to be selling a lot of clothes from there, including your regalia. Soon you're going to get it there. But all I want to say is this. Guys, let's work on this thing. We are all young people in the diaspora. There's no one in the diaspora who is above 70. I doubt. I talked to Mkoma Wonga, 8 years, who is in Canada. I appreciate. But what I can say is most of you are below 70. Mnangagwa is 80. How can you be chased by an 80-year-old man and you are 60 and below? Let's make this thing work. Support us when we go to SADC. Allow us to move around. Make it possible for us to move around. And I've been talking to the millionaires in Zimbabwe. Don't just be millionaires by name. Make us able to move around. Let's build a beautiful country. Let's build a country that everyone can be proud of. And this goes for all our small divisions. If you think Gambakwe, you don't like the way Gambakwe looks or the way Gambakwe talks, forget about that. Let's focus on SADC for now and Mnangagwa stepping down. Let's focus on Chamisa getting back his votes that was stolen. So Chamisa's votes were stolen, we all agree. And SADC has issued a statement. For now, let's focus on that. Everything else must stop. With the leaders of the opposition parties in our groups, everything else must stop. Let's make this a moment for Mnangagwa to step down. August, Mnangagwa mustn't be there at all. Let's have a transitional system and have fresh elections that are free. Imagine the day when we have what the South Africans are having now. Something to be proud of. In Zimbabwe elections, they're a moment of shame. Every time there's an election, it's shameful. And Mnangagwa, they're taking the elections and buying the materials through Wikino and ZEC, the chairperson is being paid. Those are the kind of things we don't want. Let's make our country a jewel that we're going to be proud of. And this country was given to us by our ancestors. Let's not allow these guys to mess it up. And Inini, as I told you, I'm safe. Nothing's going to happen to me. And Mnangagwa, don't even try anything because the spiritual powers that are behind this, I'm Tumbawazi. I'm not as very much if you try anything. Your whole genealogy, generations and generations will suffer from your mistakes. Stay away from those mistakes of trying to go after people who have been sent by the powerful spirits of God. So, as I'm saying to you, this is divine. It was a spiritual duty, and it's a duty for all of us to obey. So I would like to thank you for joining, and I'm sorry for keeping you so long. 37 minutes again. This is terrible, guys. I need to tone down a little bit, but I know with a few guests. So I'll see you in the morning. Tomorrow is a Sunday. I normally come a little bit late because I try to rest on a Saturday. Tomorrow is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all of you. And on Monday, it's a holiday here. Tomorrow is also a holiday, so it's also a holiday on Monday here. So we are plotting our journey. I'll show you as I travel from Cape Town to Botswana. So you're going to openly see me travel. There's no secret about what I'm doing, and we're not doing anything criminal. I'm going to show you when I travel from here to Harare and as we move around the cities. I'm going to be part of the dialogue. If you wanted to know, I will be there in that dialogue. And Mnangagwa is going to shake my hand, and we're going to take the picture of the whole thing. Chamisa is going to eventually come here. You see here where I'm talking? Beside Panga, Mchawana Chamisa one day. This is not a prophecy. So here where it's written dialogue, elections, just homecoming and modernization. Mchawana Chamisa Gare Papa. The Gambakwe, the things we're talking about, they were correct. So we are not talking theory here. These things are going to impact lives. Zimbabwe is going to be one of the most developed countries ever that you're going to see. And Mnangagwa, they're not going to be part of it because they've failed us. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and a good night.